Do you have a business bestie? Tell us all about them below in the comments. We're talking about business besties and more in this episode. Stay tuned. Hey everyone, welcome to this week's edition of Entrepreneur Insider. I am your host and the founder of the Black Entrepreneurs Network, Tia Robertson. Now, one thing I hope you all know about me, or you'll soon learn, is that I am all about the sense of community. I truly believe that our community, communities of color, Black communities, get ahead when we support one another, when we learn from one another, when we educate one another, and when we give each other positive and honest feedback, not to tear down, but to build up. Unfortunately, it doesn't happen a lot. A lot of times we do things on our own because we've gotten negative feedback from people, we haven't gotten the support that we want. And so to combat that, I really want people to know that there are resources out there that can help you and help them, right? There are amazing friends, associates, communities, organizations, right, that are all designed to support you. But in this episode, I specifically want to talk about the type of resources that some of our entrepreneurs get, whether they're in the form of a business bestie, someone that is a friend, someone that you can truly talk about business, talk to about business, but also about other things. But specifically for business, you can go to them as a sounding board and ask them, do things make sense? Or what do they think of your colors? Or would people want to actually buy this? They're going to give you feedback, positive feedback, but also some of that not so positive feedback. But the great thing about Business Bestie is that it's not a one-sided relationship. It's a reciprocal relationship, meaning that you are going to engage with them, give them feedback and encouragement as well. One of the things that I hear people struggle with a lot is they don't have a source of support. And that's why the Black Entrepreneurs Network was found. We are a community for our fellow entrepreneurs, students, across the globe, right? You don't have to be located here in the States. You can be anywhere and join our community to get the information you need, the education. We just had an amazing session about business funding. We're going to give you honest feedback. We're going to give you honest education, honest information. So you don't have to worry about someone spamming you or if they're really just trying to get you onto their marketing list, right? We really want to uplift and encourage you. And so part of that is we want to connect you with people that can become your business besties, people that can be your sounding board and listen to what you need and direct you into the places that can really help if we can't help, right? We don't want to pretend like we're everything to everybody. We strive to be that, but we realize we don't know everything in our community. But one thing we can do is save your time by having you just kind of go down an endless rabbit hole, asking random people or going to Google or searching through YouTube videos. We want to actually find trusted and legit experts in all of the industries, particularly people of color that can help you. Now, they're not all of color. Sometimes we have allies, and that's okay too, because the goal here is that you succeed, your business succeeds, our communities succeed, and your family, of course, succeeds and has an amazing legacy. So in this episode, I am super excited to share with you a piece that we recently had during one of our virtual networking events. Plug, mark your calendar. There's some amazing events coming up. So they're all free. They're filled with amazing people of color. So show up. Okay. But anyway, during this recent networking event, these people of color talked about the support that they get, whether it's a mentor-mentee relationship whether it's a paid coaching and coachee relationship, whether it's just a business bestie relationship, and why and how entrepreneurs struggle when they don't have the support that they need to get ahead. We talked about some ways to combat that people can implement right away, some amazing strategies. So I wanted to share it with you and be a blessing to you, and know that you'll share it with the people that you know and be a blessing to them. Stay tuned for this featured segment. If you have questions or comments, be sure to post them down below. I look forward to reading them. If you need more information, I look forward to sharing it with you, and I look forward to seeing you at a future event. Stay tuned. I have a couple questions for you all, and if you're in a quiet environment, you're welcome to come off mute and answer, or you can put your answer in the chat, and I'll try to kind of follow what's in the chat. How many of you have a business bestie, like someone that you can talk to about questions if you're struggling, ideas for your business? Andre, you do? Who's your business bestie? Uh-oh. Are you frozen or am I frozen? Am I frozen or is Andre frozen?
A
Okay.
sister-in-law. Can you hear me?
Okay. Yeah, I can now. You said your sister-in-law?
I have my sister-in-law, so we're in business together, and she's licensed. So a lot of things that we do, if she sees something going on in network events, she tells me. If I see something, then I tell her. So that's just one of the many people who I can connect with. But yes.
So speaking of which, really quick, how was your event last Saturday?
The event was very well. It was about 20 people there. So it turned out very well, get to connect with some new people. And what I want to say, somebody came that, couple of people came that was licensed and really wasn't using their life license. So now they're partnering with us and ended up putting a couple of policies in place. And somebody was there with Legal Shield. You know, I've been trying to find somebody to run with Legal Shield for the longest, because a great product, but most people don't stay in it. They don't put in the work. So I'm partnering up. He's licensed too. So now he's partnered up with PHP with his life insurance license, because he haven't used it in years. And I've been trying to find somebody I can work with who can talk, sell, and do everything else with Legal Shield, because it goes hand in hand.
Yeah, let me know how the relationship works out, because I've been I know someone with Legal Shield, but she's not a person of color, so I wouldn't necessarily want to introduce her to this community. But if that person works out, and Sadija, I just saw your face. I don't know if that means you know someone too, but yes, I'm specifically, as we're rebranding and doing some things within Tebin, going to start specifically contacting, like instead of the general, hey, we're a community for people of color, starting to go after specific people. So I would love to have someone from Legal Shield join our community as well.
Yes, so he is, well, he's mixed, he's Black and Dominican Republic, and
that's fine.
Dominican Republic, and he knows Spanish.
Okay, perfect.
He's doing Spanish, so that's a big deal too.
Yeah, that is a big deal. I wish I stick on Spanish, but okay. Sorry, that's a side note. All right. So, okay, perfect. So Sadija, I think you had put a thumbs up. You have a business bestie. Who's your business bestie and why?
I do. I have a business bestie, and we connected in a business mastermind probably about 4 years ago. We were both in that mastermind, and then after that, we kind of started connecting, and we meet every Friday at 11, and we have our work and Zoom session, and we kind of go through what our goals are for the week, where we are. We have a Slack channel, so we kind of check in throughout the week on how our projects and stuff are going. It's been pretty good.
Okay. Anyone else? All right, I'm going to throw this question out there. Who else supports, or do you have someone besides a bestie that supports you in your business? And the next kind of slash question with that is it difficult to find people that understand what it's like to run a business? And if so, why?
I will speak if nobody else does, but I would love to hear what other if I had to say first, because I definitely have something to add to that.
I guess I'll go first. I think for me, because it's a nonprofit, the challenge that I often have is that one, people don't think about it as a business. And so when they're having business conversations, they're like, oh, you give away stuff for free. Oh, no, I don't. It does cost. And, this is still a business. I find it hard to find a community that understands that. So that's kind of, and that I am getting ready to actually start a community around that based on that. So I'm excited about
Which is
that. But
needed. I think I saw your post about that, and I was like, yes, everyone needs that type of community, like just support. So okay, sorry. What else? What
no, that's
Andre? Andre, what were you gonna add?
So being in the life insurance industry, you know, we're taught and groomed to be an independent agent, you know. So you really have to hustle. It's a lot of, well, whether you do in a group or whether it's just you, right? But I'm finding out that people is very successful in PHP agency. Yeah, you still have to put in the work, but they stick around longer because we run in packs. You know what I mean? When we prospect together. We learn together. We have a lot of fun. We meet each other's spouses and families and things like that. It's a community what makes a big difference other than if you are like, I don't like to work out. I just get bored. It's just not me. But years ago when I had a friend, come on, we can go together. And I went all the time. Why? Because it was fun. It wasn't just me just trying to be serious and work out. We had fun about it. So running with a group of people that's going in your direction, if more entrepreneurs did that, more would be entrepreneurs longer term, and then they would stay in business more, and then they'll be successful more if more people did it.
I totally agree. Sometimes I wonder, like you kind of made a good point, how insurance agents are kind of trained to do things by themselves. I wonder if in general, like, are we taught in our communities, especially communities of color, to do things as a community? Or do we just is it like each one for themselves, like everybody for themselves? And that's the hurdle that we kind of have to get over, that mindset of like, we all really do achieve more together. You all agree? I think I saw Rashad nodding. Okay, yeah, I think that's the thing. Like sometimes we don't, like, even if you think sometimes in our household, right? Like it's the oldest kid versus the youngest kid, like no one's really taught to have to work together. Now, Andre, I know, and not picking on you, but I just happen to know this about you. So if anybody else, like I know you've worked with a mentor and you specifically put yourself around people that are at higher levels to help coach you and guide you. Does anybody else, like, it's important to be in communities of people that are at the same level as you or trying to get to the same thing as you, but how many of you actually specifically go out to people that are at a higher level? So let's say you're bringing in $10,000 a month, especially like Corey too, like if you're already at the top of Florida, for example, are you reaching out to communities so you can be the top of the United States, like the mobile detailer of the United States, or somebody that's at $1 million level? Are you all making that effort? Corey, I see your hand, but I'm gonna hold on. I'm gonna do Rashad first because I know he's on a plane, so he may have to drop soon. So go ahead, Rashad. I'll go ahead and tell me if I'm mispronouncing your name too, as well.
We can't hear you. You're muted.
You're still muted. You were off mute, but now you're back. Okay, there you go.
Yeah, no, that pronunciation is spot on.
Okay.
Not many people get that right in the first go. So yeah, actually, talking about reaching out to people with experience, my company has been fortunate enough to have two mentors who are also backing the company. Who've established, 1,000+ people organizations individually on their own. and it's really refreshing to get some perspective from someone who's been through the journey themselves, even if it's at a later stage or they're more advanced in their stage. It kind of helps clear out the path every time we feel that, okay, we are at a loss for direction. So it's really beneficial. And if people haven't, I would definitely encourage that, speaking to people who maybe travel down the same road but are a little further along, they can really help you get clarity and really envision how your business can take shape.
Okay. Yes, I totally agree. Thank you so much. Go ahead, Corey.
Ask the question again. I got so locked when I forgot the question.
I was saying, it's important to like groups like this is great because like these, this is like show up, get more exposure, but this isn't necessarily a mastermind where where there's a group of millionaires that are, but how many, even though, let me clarify that people have gotten mentors from this group, and I encourage like building relationships, like either mentoring other people. Andre is really great with mentoring other people, but also connecting with people in here that could be your mentor that helps you, achieve that thing. But there are some specific mentors out there. Like, if I met Oprah, I'd be like, oh, could you mentor me? So do you have a mentor, or are you doing the things to go out and meet those people at that higher level that can take you to that next income goal or whatever that next, big thing is for you?
Yes, and yes. I do have a mentor. He's this is one guy that owns so many things and he mastered all of it. Blows my mind. I don't know how he does it. But I'm around him. I get a lot of advice from him. His name's Bishop Charles
Safe flight.
Wilson.
I'm sorry, Corey. I was just saying, Rashard, to have a safe flight. Thanks, Rashard. Hopefully, we'll see you again. Enjoy the wedding.
Yes.
Bye. Okay, sorry. Go ahead, Corey.
Yeah, so he's my mentor. And as far as people that's my advice, yes, I have I myself, and every 6 months I choose 6 of my drivers that go out and do truck. We go to seminars. And at those seminars, they teach us about the new upcoming products. But at the same time, these guys that are doing these products used to, back in the day, start where we are. Now they're on the other side of the fence, creating the products so that we can do the service. So they know that other side of the industry. And man, the input, the shortcuts, the extra, what you call it, the food for thought, they give a lot. It helps my business grow, and we pass it down to not only just my business, but other businesses that are under me. When we get an overflow, we pass that business down to smaller Black business owners to assist, and then we tell them, hey, we learned blah 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 at the trade show, and we try to pass that food for thought down to those that are coming up under us, or coming up like we do, just getting started, try to give them some shortcuts so they won't have to go the long way and learn the mistake. They can kind of go through and go straight to the top.
See, I like that. And so I don't know how many of you all know this, right? But I have a virtual assistant business. I don't take on new clients, but I still have clients. And so I do have a lot of people that reach out to me for information, for mentoring. And so like Corey mentioned something that, maybe really want to share. The thing that's kind of frustrating for me is that most of the people are younger, and I hate to kind of generalize it, but they are. They reach out, they get whatever they can, because I'm the type of person that I'm like, if I know it, I'm going to share it with you. I'm not going to charge you. I'm not going to be like, oh, you pick my brain, now you got to join my entrepreneur group, right? I'm like, Corey, I'm going to share what I know. But it's like, as soon as they get whatever they're looking for, they're ghost. And I'm the same way. The people that seem like they really want to learn, they really want to do a good job as a virtual assistant, I will, because I'm not taking on new clients. I'll refer business to them. Well, at first I refer my business to someone that's in this group that's a VA. Of course, that's the purpose of this group. But outside of that, if it's something that she doesn't do or doesn't have the, bandwidth for, something like that, I tend to refer people. So it's very frustrating that I help these people and then they go ghost, because I'm like, one, I gave you free information and it's like, did you even do anything with it? And I get it. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink. But two, I'm like, there's so much more potential money now you could get to if you just would follow up or seem like you were serious. I can actually give you referrals. So how do you all deal with, or do you even deal with it? Like, are you like, hey, I help people what they do what they can and I let it go? Or is it, so I know I talk to some people and they're like, I just don't try to mentor anybody. I just work with people that can help me get to the next level. What do you all think? Or is there a way to kind of deal with those people that just kind of want to suck information from you and not do anything with it? What do you all think?
I'm going to say two things. One, I've learned that you got to teach people to value your time. And if they don't value your time, you're wasting your time. And business, we all know that time is money and money is time. So if I'm going to invest my time, I want to know that you're serious. And most of the time when we're passing them down to these businesses, I've watched these businesses as I came up and as God, start giving me the overflow. I watch other businesses struggling and going through. So those guys, you can kind of see that they're serious about what they do. They just don't know the direction. They don't know the shortcuts. So when I share with those type of people, they're already hungry and they grab it. And I come back next week, they're sending me pictures of checks and new websites they've come up with. And, so that makes me want to keep telling them, because I see that they value what I'm saying and they actually taking it affirmative action. Of course, there have been times where there's some that didn't, but when I see them the next time, the first thing I ask them, are you in the same place you were when I saw you last time? They go, yeah. I say, well, what are you doing differently? Because if you didn't take my advice, that means you're still doing the same thing. So you're only going to get the same results. Stop being insane. Do something, just do one thing different. Just do one. That one thing could, oh my God, it blows your mind what that one thing could do in your business if you do just one thing differently.
Absolutely. I totally agree. What does everyone else think?
And that's perfect, because that's the exact same thing for me. And that's why I said, you know what, I am going to charge people, because they call me, they pick my brain about the organization. How you do this, how you do that. I give them information, they don't do anything with it. So I've learned, one, to let some people go, but then two, I similar, I'm like, well, what have you done since the last, like, I did your homework. Did you do what I told? Oh, well, I couldn't. Then I don't give them any more information if they don't use what they had. And then I've just decided that, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to pick one person a year. That's my give back. I'll work with you. And, that's it. And everybody else, they have to pay because they're not valuing it.
Yeah, put skin in the game. Go ahead, Andre. Or, you're on mute.
There you go. Okay. Yeah. So the issue is that, the way that we're kind of raised, okay, is that when we become an adult, okay, so I'll tell you, so if we ever became an adult, the problem is that, we look forward to, I don't have to listen to my parents. I don't have to listen to my teachers anymore. I'm an adult now. I'm a man. I can make my own decisions. Okay, great. You sure can. So start making decisions. What do you want to decide on? We don't know. We just so happy to be able to make our own decisions. We don't realize that, the guidance from our teachers helped us get where we were. The guidance from our parents helped to get where we were. So even if you move out and you move on, you need to seek out somebody that's going to mentor you, that's going to guide you, that's already been where you want to go. That way you don't have to make all the mistakes. You don't have to hit all the potholes. You don't have to hit all the barriers. And we don't realize that. We just figure we're going to do it ourselves. And again, that's the reason why I love PHP Agency because we have a playbook, we have mentors, I have a mentor, Chris Hart. He makes over $500,000 a year. I have a mentor with Sheena Sapalo, Matt Sapalo. They make $1.9 million a year, you know? And the thing is that they're making that income with what I do, okay? If you look at P. Diddy, all the people that he worked for free for, a lot of people, right? Just to get the knowledge, experience. When he was making money, he paid Warren Buffett a bunch of money, take him out, take him where he wanted to go, do everything else, right? Just to get that knowledge. We don't understand. Take somebody out to lunch, take somebody out for dinner, invite them over to your house and feed them. You know what I mean? Like we have, well, right now we're waiting on new construction to build, okay? So right now we're staying with my sister-in-law because we're in the exact same subdivision, but they have a room on the first floor. We have a room on the first floor with its own bathroom with our house. Why? Because when one of a high earner is somebody that comes out, they don't stay at a hotel. They're going to come stay with us. And guess what? I got their ear. I can talk to them all night long, feed them, have laugh, and everything else, and pick their brains. So that's what you need to do. Find someone in your industry that you're doing something. If you really want to do something big that's already successful, take them out, pick their brain, take them out to dinner, get to know them well. So
I definitely love that strategy. Yeah, I like that strategy. I don't like the strategy of people staying in my house, but I get the theory of being that.
So if somebody made $1 million a year for what you do, and you had a bid to pick their brain, you'll invite them over.
Yeah, that is probably true. I probably for dinner, I'd order something out and put it on a plate, make it seem like I made it. But but yes, I get this.
Look at smiling.
So okay. Melissa, I know you're not feeling well, but are you there? Did you want to, I think I'll leave you out of this because you're not feeling well. And I know you're not
on? Oh, there is fine.
I'm here.
Yeah. Okay. What do you think? Do you have a mentor in ACN?
I do. Do I use him like I should? No. But yeah, I'm pretty bad at like following up, or I always feel like I may be bothering people, but I'll get over that eventually.
But so Melissa, what's great for having a mentor with ACN that you're not bothering them. You know why? Because they get override. Yeah. They love to, even Matt, and again, he makes $1.9 million. And I went to Virginia to a retreat. He came out there, and his wife, they both came out there. And he said the way that our business is structured, because ACN is the exact same way, is he only makes about $200,000 on his own personal pen. Other 1.7 is from override. So, hey, you can bother him all you want, right? Not a problem. So trust me, your upline probably thinking the same way. As long as you put in the work, don't complain and don't say you want to do something. If you don't follow their instructions, then that's different because they can only help people that want to be helped. But definitely pick their brain and utilize them.
Yeah, because a lot of times people have, I mean, think about like yourself, not just you, Melissa, sorry, but everybody. Like think about the stuff that you know. You want to share it with someone. So, you know, a lot of like would ask me how to create residual income or how to get to the level that I'm in, right? So, you know, kind of think of it that way, like your mentor wants to help you. So I would kind of take away that feeling of, you know, being a, my signal seems like it's wonky. Can you all still kind of hear me? Am I going in and out?
Yeah, you are.
I am going in now. Oh yeah, you can hear me.
Yes, you're going in and out, but we can
Okay.
still understand what you're saying.
Well, you're better now.
All right.
You're just stuttering a little bit.
Okay. I'm gonna change this really quick, and then before I ask my next.
Can I say something right quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
I want to say this, two things. One, a true leader is not focused on the money. It's not about the money, especially with me. When I'm sharing stuff, money is the last thing in my mind. I'm not concerned about that because I understand the philosophy. If you help enough people get what they want, God gonna see to it you get what you want. That's guaranteed. With me, it's not about them. And the mentors I have, we don't even discuss about money. That conversation is not in my mind. Is what is how can I help you? Is the attitude my mentor has when I'm talking, asking him. And then the people that's under me, I have that same mentorship. What can I do? How can I help you? What do you need to get you to the next level? Never how much it costs. I care less about that. Because I believe if I help enough people, surely, and I've been around 35 years, and believe me, that works. It works. Because you start thinking about money separate the kings from the queens and the boys from the girls and the men from the boys. No. Don't focus on helping the people. Helping the people is the greatest reward you can do.
So one last question, and then I am gonna give you all a chance to learn a little bit more about each other's businesses. Hopefully
Can I
you
add
all can
something?
hear
I'm
me.
sorry, Tia, real quick.
Go
to
ahead.
Melissa.
Yeah, you're good.
And Melissa, I wouldn't feel like you're bothering them because to Corey's point, like when you are actually mentoring someone who's doing the work, like that's the reward. Like I love when I give tips and I see them, I'm like, oh, she's doing it. It's working. You know, they get really excited. They're making strides. They're super happy. You know, it's working. And so that's the reward. So if you feel like, you know, the information they give you, you're going to use, don't think of it as a bother because we love to help people and then get to see them putting it in action. Like that's the reward. So I wouldn't even feel like that as long as you're going to use the information, you know, that they share with you.
Yeah. So Melissa says something else that I'm going to use kind of as a segue to ask this last question. Sorry, not to pick on you, Melissa. But we all kind of struggle from it, so not you. Consistency. Right. Okay. You all can hear me because it's weird. My Zoom is like, and then okay. All right. I need to probably stop looking at my little window.
That's what you said.
Thank you. Consistency, yes. Why do we think it is so difficult? We all know the things we have to do, right? Paying our taxes, paying our employees, you know, marketing our business, showing up for events, you know, like this. Why is it so difficult for people to make time if they know that they have to do, especially if they are beneficial? Like, there's one thing, like nobody wants to pay taxes, but you got to do it. Well, I guess a lot of people don't. But why is it that there is that struggle to, you know, whether it's business events or even webinars, right? Or to make that follow-up phone call to someone, say, hey, I'm meeting you today. Can we meet for, you know, a virtual chat? Like, what is it that is so difficult for entrepreneurs to do to take that next step to be consistent?
I think because they let life get in the way and they lack structure, which is me because once I got out the Navy, I was like, and y'all was talking about this earlier. Once I got out the Navy, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so free now. I can do what I want. And then you get into a habit of like doing stuff when you feel like it. And when you're an entrepreneur, that's not like you work for yourself and you have to be accountable to yourself. So you have to form your own structure. And a lot of people don't know how to do that.
Absolutely. I didn't know you were in the Navy. Thank you for your service.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, go ahead, Corey.
Procrastination. That's the biggest problem with us, with people, most time. When I first started my business, that was my biggest fight, was procrastination. Procrastination, you know, I'll get around to it. Well, maybe next time. Well, I'm too tired. Procrastination. We have to get the sense. You have to put something in your life that is more important than your situation. And when it gets like that, so I had to put my family, my son, and then no matter what came, when I looked at him and saw what I could give him, the life or the things that he wanted, I had kept saying no and no and no. That made me go, I don't give a dang hell of high water. I'm getting up, I'm going to wash a car, I'm going to go knock on the door, I'm going to go ask somebody, I'm going to the meetings, whatever it takes to get to where I am today. And I don't tell my son no about too much of nothing. I make him earn it. But that had to come with a sense of urgency. That the what's that word they use? That Zig Ziglar used, the audacity. The audacity. How dare you do that? Nuh-uh. The greatest success is the greatest revenge is massive success. It really is. So our biggest problem is us. We procrastinate, especially since we're all Black. We like to procrastinate too much. We're the big procrastinators on earth. Stop procrastinating and documentate. Documentation beats conversation every day.
I like that. Definitely. Yes. Right. Okay. All right.
And I agree with that too.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, I agree with that too, because I was real big on, and then you get busy, you get off, you get busy, you get off. But when I was younger and single,
come on, man.
The big joke at this one girl is, let's do this. I always say, let me check my schedule. Always. Because you can do every single thing you want to in life if you just put it down on the schedule, put it down, let's do this. I can't do that time, but I can do that time. Okay. When you have clients and so many people know they have to make phone calls, right? They have to do paperwork. They have to do that. But if somebody called, they drop everything, I'm going to get that now. Trust me, the client is fine and say, listen, I'm on an appointment. Everything is on an appointment. I'm on an appointment. I'm in a meeting. I can do it. Let's meet this time. They understand that. Why? Because they don't want to be your only customer anyway. You know? So that is so, and again, just like you said, procrastination. We all know what we need to do, but if we put it down, I'm going back to my regular schedule book. I write it down, and then I look at it every time, and then I know at this time I need to at least put an hour of phone calls in, hour of paperwork, an hour of follow-up. And I set myself to do at least make one new appointment every day. Once I do that for 6 days, then I went to 2 appointments. Now 3 appointments is my max because of all the other stuff I got to do. But when people come in a PHP, I say, if you're part-time, make a goal, work full-time job, be a great employee, at least make 1 appointment. Even if they don't show up, make 1 hard appointment, commitment with somebody once a day. And then those numbers, then you start making money. But,
exactly. But you got to actually put it to paper and hold yourself to it. If you want more information about anything mentioned in this episode or anyone featured in this episode, you can email us at info@theblackentrepreneursnetwork.com. I want to know, do you have any questions? Do you want to share more information about your business bestie, about how you get support in your business? Post all of that as well as feedback about this episode down below in the comments. I look forward to reading your questions, your comments, and your feedback every week. Now, if you'd like to be featured or sponsor an upcoming episode, email me at info@theblackentrepreneursnetwork.com. As always, the show is brought to you in partnership with Relationship Entertainment Television. They are your go-to source for positive and engaging programming, especially for people of color, but of course for everyone. So be sure to subscribe, like, follow, and of course share them. They're on Roku, so download their app. They have an amazing website at re-tv.net, and of course on YouTube, and they stream on Facebook. They're everywhere, so be sure to watch their full line of programming, and again, share. Now, if you haven't already subscribed and hit the bell to be notified when new episodes of Entrepreneur Insider premiere, I don't know why not. Be sure to do so right away. And again, share these episodes. You know some amazing entrepreneurs, business owners, and individuals. I would love to feature them. So be sure to share them with me by emailing info@theblackentrepreneursnetwork.com. Until next time, don't forget, hug someone and be great. Peace.
Tune in to Millionaire Man Cave, only on Relationship Entertainment Television, Tuesdays at 8 p.m.
This is Tyron
and Nicole with your weekly RATV news break. Each Thursday at 12 noon Eastern, we'll come to you with the latest news, trends, and more with a positive spin.
We know there's a lot of positive news that doesn't get reported, but we want to give you the opportunity to share your story here on RATV. If you have a positive news story you want us to share, you can submit your story to news@re-tv.net.
Don't forget to subscribe to the Relationship Entertainment Television YouTube channel. Download the new RATV Live app on your mobile device and follow Relationship Entertainment Television on your favorite social media platform.
Don't forget, make sure you tune into the RATV News Break each Thursday at 12 p.m. Eastern. Until then, be blessed and be great.
Welcome to What's Going On? My name is Demita Joe. Each Wednesday, you can find me here at 3 p.m. I'll be over here discussing different things that are going on and try to bring you a boost of positivity for your week because we all need this. We're going to share some feel-good stories. We might find a hometown hero. We may take a look at some trending topic. And sometimes we might even find a lesson in a not-so-warm and fuzzy story if we can. I'm Demita Joe, and I'll see you guys on the next episode right here on What's Going On?
Hey, it's your girl Tia Robertson. I'm the host of Entrepreneur Insider. Right here on RETV every Thursday at 6 p.m. Eastern for entrepreneurs and news that you need to know about. See you there.